time and time again, she accuses him of doing something, which then when you hear the full context is an absolute nothing burger.
In a dramatic courtroom episode, Blake Lively had a complete emotional meltdown, y'all. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly has been on an unwavering mission to uncover every strange falsehood Blake has ever told. And the fireworks inside that courtroom are more intense than ever before. Megyn is pulling out all the stops, gathering damning proof that makes it hard to doubt her claims.
And she wants us to believe this is actionable harassment, what we just witnessed there. You tell me whether that's what that looks like to you.
She's got text messages and shocking receipts. There's no shortage of incriminating material. On Blake's side, she's insisting this is some form of harassment she could sue over.
The only reason this whole thing got started before she filed the lawsuit, she just went to the California Human Rights Office, is because she clearly cooperated with the New York Times to leak the whole thing.
She's panicking big time. As more facts emerge, her carefully built public image seems to be crashing down faster than anyone would have expected. Remember that main claim Blake made in her lawsuit? She said Justin crossed a boundary during a silent montage scene. According to her story, he leaned in, whispered something suggestive, and then got a little too handsy. But here's the twist. TMZ uncovered the footage, and it paints a very different picture. You can hear them saying things like, "Oh my gosh, we don't shut up," and "Emily and I have these moments staring." Clearly, Blake and Justin are performing for the camera. There's flirtation, giggling, and cuddly gestures. It's suggestive, sure, but it all fits the vibe of the scene. At one point, she says, "Am I getting bearded on you?" To which he replies, "Well, it's not that. It's my body makeup," followed by, "Smells good." And then she says, "It's my body makeup." That's her big reveal. She said it herself. This is no longer just one person's testimony versus the others. We're talking about hard evidence, actual receipts, and every detail is now laid bare for everyone to analyze. Megyn is making it crystal clear that Blake isn't getting away from this situation unscathed. According to Megyn Kelly, Blake's on-camera harassment claim doesn't match up once you watch it in its entirety. Instead, Blake is acting like it was a gigantic intrusion of her personal space. It makes you question if Blake has been distorting the truth all this time. If she isn't telling it straight on this issue, what other parts of her story might be stretched or made up entirely? It's beginning to look more like a deliberate character assassination rather than a genuine accusation. After all, this isn't the first time someone has questioned Blake's version of events. She once claimed Justin's producing partner showed her pornography, but it turned out to be an intimate and beautiful photo of the partner, his wife, and their newborn soon after a home birth. It was a touching, personal moment, absolutely nothing explicit or sexual, totally different from how Blake described it. We're seeing a disturbing pattern of misleading information here. Blake's own text messages have come to light, and they paint a completely different picture of her dynamic with Justin. She's the one who seems to initiate many of the chats, sending flirty texts and even asking him over while she's feeding her baby. It completely conflicts with the image she's trying to project publicly. Now, about the lawsuit. Blake sued Justin, claiming sexual harassment and revenge. But Justin fired back with his own legal action, saying Blake is trying to gag him and ruin his good name. He's showing no signs of backing down. At first, Blake leaked the whole situation to the New York Times, but now she's trying to prevent Justin from sharing any details about his side. She's asking the court for a gag order, insisting he's trying the case in the media. But she's not exactly playing the innocent observer. If anything, it seems like she's worked overtime to control how the story is told, and now she wants the authority to stop others from revealing the real situation. Megyn isn't letting it slide. Justin's team isn't backing off either. As Megyn plainly says, if Blake's telling the truth, then why be scared of letting all the evidence be seen? If her accusations are completely legit, then she should have nothing to hide. Yet, she's still trying to silence everyone who could shine a light on what truly happened behind closed doors. Then, there's the added layer of Blake and Justin's awkward distance while promoting "It Ends With Us." They did no group interviews, avoided red carpets together, and basically fueled rumors about a fallout. The film did really well at the box office when it came out in August, but nobody could ignore the drama off the screen. Now we're at the point where the legal standoff is official. A New York federal judge named Louis J. Lyman set a trial date for March 2026. Even before the trial begins, though, the tension is sky high. Blake's legal group claims Justin's side is attempting to influence potential jurors by launching a website that only shows certain documents and private conversations between the two stars. Yes, you read that correctly, he's supposedly putting out pieces of their messages, showing that Blake wasn't as blameless as she wants people to think. One of Lively's attorneys said, "The endless stream of defamatory and extrajudicial media statements must end." Meanwhile, Brian Friedman, who represents Baldoni, answered that they'll follow the court's rules, but added, "All we want is for people to see the actual text messages that directly contradict her allegations, video footage that clearly shows there was no sexual harassment, and all the other powerful evidence that directly contradicts any false allegations." Blake has also asked for a deposition involving a crisis management expert she believes orchestrated much of the online manipulation tied to the film and turned the public against her. Things are getting more chaotic by the day. Blake's trying to position herself as someone who's been wronged, but the evidence against her keeps piling up, while Justin is pushing back hard to reveal the truth. Justin's team went public with private conversations, including a 7-minute voice note from 2 a.m. Stay tuned, this bitter battle is only heating up, and soon someone's bound to get burned.